With the release of Sonic Superstars only a couple days away, I think it's high time we finally talk about the newest character to join the Sonic roster, Trip the Sungazer, a mysterious girl found by Robotnik and Fang on the North Star Islands. I've been agonizing for weeks over what her deal is, and this is what I came up with. If you're watching before the game comes out, let me know what your theories are, and if you hear after, then tell me how wrong I am, I guess. I don't know, you probably already know. First, let's take a look at Trip herself. Despite looking like a robot, she actually is a living, breathing creature, specifically a sungazer lizard, which is a species of giant girdle lizard native to South Africa. Interestingly, her tail and her arms are all that we've seen of her real body. Even her face has remained covered in armor. As of now, we have yet to see any others of Trip's kind. Honestly, reptiles are quite rare in the Sonic universe, with Vector being the only major character I can think of off the top of my head, at least in the canon media. She also seems to know the place pretty well, as Robotnik and Fang hire her to guide them across the archipelago. She's found on the North Star Islands, and the name itself has a lot of connotation. The name seems to play on South and West Side Islands, the settings of Sonic's 1 and 2. Both of these are hidden islands deeply connected to Chaos Emeralds that were home to ancient civilizations. A description that, in many ways, also applies to this new island chain. Though when it comes to the ancient civilization that lived here, I don't think it was the Echidnas, nor would I guess the ancients from Sonic Frontiers, which was actually one of my earlier attempts at making this theory. I also doubt they were the West Side Island civilization described in the backstory to Sonic 2. Instead, I think it was the Fourth Great Civilization. You know, the Fourth Great Civilization? The one that was only mentioned in passing during one of the most story-focused Sonic games we've ever had that most people probably don't even remember exists? No, not you. Okay, well, kind of you, but not really. You weren't canon. You're not important here. Get out of here. We're not dealing with his mess today. Okay, I guess most of you probably haven't actually played Sonic Battle, so let me explain. The Fourth Great Civilization is an ancient group of which extremely little is actually known. All we know for sure is that they lived 4,000 years ago, had great control over the Chaos Emeralds, and that, like the Echidnas and the West Side Island civilization, they were destroyed because of their own hubris. Specifically by a weapon that they created to harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds. This weapon was a robot warrior named Emerald, one of the line of robots called Gizoids. According to legend, after being exposed to all 7 Chaos Emeralds, Emerald lost control and single-handedly destroyed their entire advanced civilization. I wanted to bring them up because, while subtle, I feel like the two have a lot of visual similarities. The color is very similar, and I could see the gold coloration of the Gizoid line being tarnished with age when not being taken care of. Remember, Emerald may look shiny and new, but he'd been fixed up only about 50 years before the events of Sonic Battle, so that's why he'd look like this. Both Trip's armor and Emerald's frame also have these large expressionless eyes, 3 holes in their chest, and a spike through the forehead area over the top of the head. It's not exactly one-to-one, but I feel like the armor design was likely inspired in part by Emerald. If we look at the prequel short Tree of Trouble, we see an ancient mural that features multiple depictions of what looks like Trip's armor, with each one being tied to a Chaos Emerald. This seems to imply that her armor was made to be powered by the Emeralds, much the same as the Gizoids. Likely, it reacts to their power much the same as Sonic and his friends do, offering additional special abilities. My theory is that Trip's armor is an earlier version of what would eventually become Emerald. It could be discarded robot parts that were repurposed by Trip, or an actual suit of armor that the Fourth Civilization tried creating before settling on the robot instead. But that still leaves one important question unanswered. What will happen to her over the course of this game? We got an answer to that from this Game Informer interview with Sonic Team Creative Director Takashi Iizuka and character designer Naoto Oshima, which indicates that, while she starts as this soft-spoken, clumsy character, she will evolve throughout the game to become an intimidating villain. But what could cause such a thing? Well, the Chaos Emeralds. In Sonic Battle, we saw how Emerald's personality and goals shifted when he was exposed to all of the Emeralds. This was shown to be an issue with the Gizoid line, and not just Emerald himself, with the Emerald-based robot Gemerald in Sonic Advance 3, who did the exact same thing because Dr. Eggman can't learn lessons apparently. If Trip's armor really is a predecessor to Emerald, then maybe it would have been a similar reaction, corrupting her mind or body to force her to do its bidding. There's only one real way to find out though, and that's to actually play Sonic Superstars. If you want to see me do so, go subscribe to my LP channel Gamer Goblin, where I'll post my first playthrough of the game, hopefully starting on release day. We'll see. Alternatively, I'm sure I'll see you again the next time I do a Sonic video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.